Hey guys, it is Kevin, Life22. Just had a very poor morning with lighting. I don't know why, I don't know what's going on here, but we've had a poor morning with lighting, so excuse the lighting. Anyways, it is 8:30 a.m., October 1st, 2019. So, first off, it's been like 2 years. You really should subscribe if you haven't already. Secondly, it is my second annual, and I believe it's the third annual Sober October. This is an awesome time. We'll get into that as soon as we talk about last month, which was back to school September. So in back to school September, we had the essence of that show was for you guys to, or that month was for you guys to take part in your child or your relative, niece, nephew, grandchild, whatever have you, in their back to school education, helping them pick out, maybe they can't afford school clothes, things like that. Maybe they need help with their math homework. First day of school start, you want to start them out strong and teach them good techniques so that they can work their way through the school district, and through the school year, and keep that stride going. Because what happens is if you start out, it's just like running. If you start out, well, I guess it's not like running. It's a bad example, because if you start out, using up all your strengths, and you're pretty weak at the end of it. So, but you do want so it's not like running. All right. So, but you do want to get your kids started with good habits and good techniques and study and stuff like that, so they do well the entire school year and not just kind of lackadaisically, I'll figure this out when I get through it, man. And then they don't do well in school and they stink. Nobody wants their kids to stink, or their grandkids, or their nieces and nephews and whatever. And so this is the first podcast in a while. We've been down at Quinn's Wake, so I happened to be here this morning, and I just said, you know what, we've got an hour to kill. Let's do the Sober October podcast now, because later this evening we have a common council meeting, or a common council committee meeting, which will also be uploaded later as well. So I don't want everybody to think, oh my God, what's going on? Kevin just double uploaded videos. Which one's the council meeting? I don't want to read titles. But, so this is Sober October. So I hope everybody had a great back to school September. But, that's over now. So hopefully your kids are doing well, and that you get to spend time with your kids. And this is an important part in their life. Because after this, it's the workforce. Woo! Which, actually is a dying thing in itself, right? The workforce. Everybody stays in school till they're 100, and then they die and don't have time to go to work. So there's a bunch of people like that. Sober October. So yesterday was Miss June's birthday, so we spent yesterday with her for her birthday and did some fun things with her. And she likes cheeseburgers, so mushroom Swiss to be exact. So took her out to Jack's Burger Shack. They've got some of the dankest burgers around. Them and I want to say Green Acres burgers are pretty good too. But obviously they have limited hours. They're more like breakfast, lunch, not I'm hungry at 10 o'clock at night. I want a burger. So, and then polished off the Sam Adams I had at the house, because I can't touch it this month. So, and June won't drink it. So she does not partake in Sober October. She needs her crutches to help take care of the kids. One of us does. So. But so I left her with the PBR for safekeeping, and she drank all them Sammies. So, and actually waking up kind of crisp and kind of vigorous, excited to start my Sober October. Usually in Sober October there is no drinking booze, there is no smoking cigarettes, there is no smoking anything. If you have a small crack habit, can't smoke it this month. Sorry, man. It's Sober October. That's if you partake. And so, no West Green Street oregano. None of that stuff this month, guys. If you like to eat the mushies, can't do it. It's Sober October. You gotta. No additional stimuli. You need to focus. You know what I mean? The only thing that is granted in Sober October, which no one has ever told me is not allowed, is coffee. So. feel free to drink your coffee or teas. Obviously, don't be gluttonous about it. Don't drink 1,000 cups of coffee a day because you don't have my beer. Gotta drink me some coffee. You know, so that's one part of it, and the other part is, yeah, that's it. That's really it. It's just no drinking, no smoking, no shooting, you know what I mean? No doing any other, no drugs. You know, I mean, obviously, if you're sick, you could, you know, meningitis or I don't know, whatever, pneumonia. You got to take your antivirals or antibacterials or whatever, antibiotics, antibacterials. Whew. So, Sober October. We got a lot of fun things planned this month. Yeah, we've got a podcast coming up. A couple of guys that I know, and they're kind of insane, and they're really cool. And if you throw them all, apparently, if you throw all three of us in the same room, it could end up detrimental to snowflakes. So this will be amazing when it actually goes down. I will be sober, which takes a little bit of the edge off, but you know, I'm still who I am. Also, this month is. Yeah, so it's Sober October. June's birthday just ended. We've got upcoming campaigns and elections. I'd like to try to set a debate at some point in the near future. We've got Della's project underway. The farmers market wraps up at the end of this month. The Quinn's Wake will be opening October 7th. We've got a young gentleman who wants to open her up and get under the hood, get in the kitchen, start making some food, and he's very excited about that. And he's kind of revamped the menu a little bit, and that's something else that's exciting. I'm just trying. Wow, construction deadlines for work. That's always a constant. But you know, hopefully being sober this month will allow me to focus and get all the stuff I have to get done. And like last year, I want to say I didn't have a beer until like November 5th. I was just like, no, I'm on a good roll, you know. And next month is No Shave November, so you'll probably catch me just whoosh, whoosh. No hair removal in the month of September. I think we do a buy for the ladies who need to shave their legs and other areas, and you know, obviously a lot of times girls don't partake in No Shave November. You know, I know some family members that got some mustaches growing, and they like to keep up on the regular maintenance, so obviously we don't hold them to it. But yeah, so we've got that, and then I'm trying to think, there's 3 or 4 council meetings and committee meetings this month. You'll see that posted on the channel. And what else do we have posted? By the end of this month, as a city employee, because technically I do to get a W-2 from the city for you know, for the charity that I do. They have, I'm required under state mandate to get my sexual harassment training done. Ooh, I hear it's exciting. So what I was planning on doing for that at some point this month, I was hoping to be drinking for it, just to add a little more levity, but nonetheless, we can man up and do this. We can stay the course. I've got to get it done, and I was going to do more of like a shock video, you know, like when YouTube first came out, there was all these, oh, look at this video, and oh, I showed my grandmother this, and you film your grandmother watching a YouTube video, like reactionary videos. I was just going to do a live podcast of me taking the sexual harassment training for New York State. Ooh. It's going to be spicy, tipping point. And other than that, how are you doing? Just, yeah, Sober October, and here we are, folks. So let me know. My email it should be right on the YouTube or the Facebook. Let us know in comments, on chains, threads, personal messages, tweets. We're very much into Twitter now. I had a tweet to everybody this morning still that it is Sober October, just in case you get those morning breakfast people. I mean, like, yeah, before I went to bed last night, I was finishing up my PBR because I ran out of Sammy's, and just slammed that down before I went to bed because I didn't want to wake up next to it, because then I'd throw it away. And if I wake up next to a beer, usually I drink it. That's just how it is. Waste not, want not. So, but yeah. So So don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep posted later this evening. Well, by the time these council meetings by the time I get in and they get just moved from the SD card to the computer and all that other stuff, it ends up being like the end of the day Wednesday that they're actually officially up, because then they have to be like rendered, because they go into like 10-minute segments and I have to like merge them together so you don't have 10 videos on the same freaking meeting and you're like, which one's part one? And then and it usually doesn't show up in the queue that way on Facebook or on YouTube. So it's easier just to cram them all into one. So moving 10 of these, and they're large files because they're 360 rendered, and now YouTube's having a big problem with the 360 metadata. I don't know why. So the last 4 videos, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 3, and 2 were all rendered in metadata, and then it re-rendered him. So like it looks like you're just like, it's 360 on top of 360, so it looks like you are just a pin in the middle of nothingness. It's ridiculous, and I can't remove it without re-uploading the video and then and I can't remove it from the videos I've already added the metadata to. So the last video was the metadata had been I did not add metadata, so now it's just panoramic, which I guess is still, still clear. It's still 360 degrees, 4K. Kind of. It's not the 360. It's 360, but it's not what you're looking for. But we're working on it. But yeah, by the time I render that together and then add the metadata and then upload it to YouTube, it's like, you got like 20 hours into this. So that's why they take forever to get up there. I do apologize. Live streaming just isn't it just isn't a thing. We don't have over 1,000 subscribers. So if you want us to live stream the council meetings, you got to have over 1,000 subscribers. Facebook's always dropping the videos, so they're dumb. That they will share the link, but or you could do a watch party through it. But yeah, it's too much work, and it's too much work to deal with Facebook. So what you have to do is you have to subscribe, you have to like us, and you have to go through and tell your friends. That's it. And also let us know if you're going to partake in Sober October, if you need any tips. Maybe your sobriety is very important to you, but trying to think, I was listening to a song the other day and it fit me perfectly. I got an angel's looks and a devil's thirst. So if the devil's thirst has got you too, bit into you too much, don't forget to reach out, because we're all here to support each other. So, and that's the purpose of these life themes, is to better yourself as a person. But in addition to that, like, it doesn't hurt to also reach out for help if you need it. We're here at Life22 Studios, so if you need help from us, let us know, because this is our baby, the Sober October. We're running with it. At some point today, Mr. Joe Rogan will be releasing his Sober October podcast. I know he usually gets Mr. Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. I'm trying to think I think it's just the 3 of them that partake. They might have a few friends, but they never really advertise it. So, but it's a change up the monotony, better yourself as a person. Show you can do it. People might call you an alcoholic. I'm not one, because look, I'm stopping for a whole month. And then maybe in Double Down December is when we have to do it again. So it's 2 months. 2 months out of the year. So, all right, guys, I bored you long enough. We've been here for 15 minutes, and I got to get this thing wrapped up, and we will be uploaded here in just a little bit. Do a local record, because live streaming is just a pain in the butt. Drop frames, and I'm working from a laptop down at Quinn's right now. So, yep. All right, guys, stay subscribed. Stay sober.